In the days of old, the sorcerers of Riverlong cured the sick and healed the wounded through a great power called Source. But a terrible darkness invaded the land, and Source was forever tainted. The sorcerers who once healed now only destroy, and madness has overtaken them. A few brave Source hunters are all that stand between Riverlong and the dark power that threatens to destroy it. Wherever Source appears, hunters follow.
Rise and shine, Master Source Hunters. The captain wants you up on deck. Hear them calls? Means we're close to shore. I don't ever you're going there, Master Source Hunters. City's full of undead, hungry enough for blood. But you're supposed to investigate that murder, ain't you? They say it's Source that did the Counselor in. Source in a city like Sicil, nowhere safe anymore. Here they are, Captain Sir.
God's blessings on you, hunters. You'll be happy to hear we've reached Sicil. But there's trouble offshore, so we'll have to sail in carefully. Here, have a look. Those are orc ships, and they're blocking our passage. We'll get you as close to the city as we can, and drop you off on the beach. Be wary now. Orcs are on the attack. Undead have closed every route out, and there's a sorcerer on the loose. If we're to get justice for the Counselor, you'll have to keep your wits about you. May the luck of the gods be with you both, Source Hunters.
If I didn't know there were orc ships raiding to the west, I'd mistake this for a placid beach.
At least the orcs make a bit of noise when they attack. It's dark-dealing sorcerers that'll strike with neither warning nor mercy.
Source Hunters! How did they find us?
Take the stone to the temple. These whelps will be easy to crush.
As you say, Madam Conduit.
Arise, fair dead! Seize upon our enemies!
vermin!
Seven, have mercy on your soul. Their leader said something about escaping with a stone.
Stolen, those thieves were more than petty criminals. Their leader gave life to the dead. What stone could they have been so keen on taking?
We can't well turn away from such an odious show of source. Let's investigate the tomb and see what answers it might reveal.
Indeed.
You're like a gorilla in a porcelain store. Hoping someone special will be impressed by the way you wield that great heaving weapon?
Careful, there's a mine in the middle of our path.
Someone must have an interest in protecting whatever's kept here.
Shut tight! I've always heard there's typically more to a king's tomb than meets the eye.
It could be a myth, or it could be our lucky day. What's this I've spotted?
Made short work of that door, but I don't imagine our weapons would survive such use for long. I'm drenched. Careful now, that's a trap.
I've spotted something interesting.
What's this? I found something. Well, what's this I've spotted? Voices downstairs.
The last thing we need is to surprise another angry summoner. What's that? I think there are hidden foes ahead.
They call this liquor Dragon Blood. A fine vintage!
Meet your demise! Won't be hearing from you for a while. Lunging assault! Confound it!
A living rat dares disturb the slumber of the dead. A thieving fool insults the sanctity of the grave. The bloodstone, strange indeed, robed indeed. Your tricks will not save you from red in life. I toiled to care for these holy grounds. I suppose you only crept among. Run if you like.
No foe can stand before me.
Maim them all!
Death never dies, fool. Death in 1,000 forms rules all.
Plummeting fist!
Here lies Master Ragequin's first apprentice, Killed by a falling corpse. Here lies Master Ragequin's first apprentice. Killed by a falling corpse.
Hold it right there, Orc Scum.
Calm down, Junior.
Just hold your tongue, will you, Bibius? Can't be too...
So, you're source hunters, are you? And how are we supposed to verify that?
You know what? We'll take you to...
The wizard, you say? Sounds good to me.
Agreed. A wizard is back.
Captain, come on.
Let me handle them. What the hell's happening down there? Orcs! Bloody orcs! Come, let's go back to the bridge. Let the source hunters handle
The Seven, call me home. No foe can stand before me.
Thank heavens. Maybe now you can learn something useful, like how to wash your underthings.
I need another chance!
How could that happen? Did you see that? Those orcs had a human commander.
Who was that joker leading
How
those
very
orcs?
curious.
Damn trick.
And how very
Where are
disquieting.
Bibius and Junius?
Taken
They hear the
before his
fight.
time, far before his time.
Taken before his time. Far before his time.
Taken before his time, far before his time.
Filthy beasts! I'll kill the last one of you!
One day, comrade, vengeance will be ours.
What's all this ruckus? But I see we've suffered another orc land. You're as welcome as a glass of cooled milk on a hot day, my friend. So you were, and there we are. Meet my other half, Hunter. Ah, no need to look so. Now that the cat is out of the... It's hard to put my finger on it, but I can feel in my very whiskers. Captain Aureus, though, the local commander of the Legion, insists I'm seeing ghosts. I insist he's blind to all but the undead. Jake was murdered in a downstairs room of the King Crab Inn, up in Sicil proper. The Legion keeps it under lock and key, though, so you'll need Aureus's permission should you want to have a peek. Oh, but that's not a trick. It's a blessing. Or does it surprise? Such magic is a gift, Hunter. To tread upon the realm of instinct. To be out in the night. To stalk on... But of course, it's handy to speak in more than meows. And I couldn't brew potions or make machines without opposable thumbs. I'm glad we've met, Source Hunter. Once you're there, just take the stairs. But do pay a visit to Aureus first. He may bark like... And with that, I bid you adieu, Hunter. Adieu and...
Sects, undead, orcs. Looks like we have our work cut out for us.
At least we won't be bored.
Kath?
Plenty of fish in the sea, but I've got the foulest of the lot on my racks.
Say, no one's around. You wouldn't raise a fuss if I,
Borrow, indeed. I'll sooner meet a cat wizard than see that merchant repaid.
Come now, I'll be good for it, I swear. Oh, my story's tired by now. I was happy enough, Prof. So what do you think? Should I...
Everyone needs a hand now and then. Take the fish, and none but us will be the wiser.
True enough.
That's the spirit! Or should I say...
Sir, did you just steal that fish?
No, I paid for it.
You were a witness to...
This man is telling the truth. He paid for that fish.
Quite so.
I can't thank you enough.
Well, sorry to have...
Get it while it's fresh. This batch is only hours from the sea. Sorry, but I haven't the time for chatter. These days, our moment's inattention is all of the dead are on the prowl, the council has been murdered, and now source hunters are encouraging petty theft. The few honest amongst us are swimming against the stream.
Well, what sort of arrows do you want? Freezing? Silver? Poison? Get to the point.
Pay the big cheese on your rock with a wheel of the good stuff. Let us see if you can choose the...
Oh, hello, love.
Ah, hello, proportionate one. Oh, I'm a painter by trade, as you. I travel around Andervale, mastering my craft and finding new subjects to add to my litany of lovely portraits and complex maps, like this rooster I'm working on now.
Watch the undead quimmering.
Source hunters, eh? All right, proper, we're finally getting a hand. Things is chaos. If you've got a favourite sheep, best to fry her up now before she gets thieved in the night like me dear plump Ogget, the finest in me herd. Yes. Oh, Ogget's been missing for more than a fortnight. I love that sheep, you know. I recently sold most of the tender loves to a trader heading north. Plenty of business that way.
Here for your daily serving of veggies. Please partake of the plumpest
Dearest customer, I've never seen an aura so plagued by ether. Thank Astarte, I've just the earth scroll to ground you.
You don't think it's infected, do you?
Come on now, I pulled her off you before she could do any real damage.
Any real damage? Are you joking? I've been mauled. I'll be disfigured for life.
Ah, come on with the dramatics. It's not as bad as all that.
The face, Virius. She bit me in the face.
Look on the bright side. Everyone knows the ugly soldiers are the most voracious.
Sorry, sir. Ugly will be the least of it. The beast looks rabid.
In that case, you'll have the pleasure of putting her down yourself.
I wish for you to try it, screech woman.
The beast speaks? So you've half a brain behind that feral maul, have you?
The cretin's question crossed her lips and aped an air of aptitude.
Hey, Tull, I think that was an insult.
Don't pay attention to the beast, Virius. You'll only encourage it. Hey, who's that then? Come on, stand where my good eye can see you.
Easy, Tull. That's the source hunter you're talking.
She may have the look of a woman if you squint hard enough, but she's no more. We got reports of a strange-looking outsider skulking through the town with her bow drawn.
I found her crouched. I tapped her on the shoulder to see what was what.
Bit Talia right in the face, she did.
Enjoy it while you can, Ver. There's not another legionnaire in the cohort that'll have you if I go rabid.
Well, that's to be decided. She doesn't seem to be sick, despite Tully's moaning.
About face! To the barracks!
Perhaps it'd be worth taking this stranger under our wing. She'll likely come in handy, if we can trust her to watch our back.
After all, a fearless hunter might prove quite...
Well, that's a relief, ain't it? We found a good home for her after all, Tull.
Heed me, Source Hunter. She's not good for anything more than cannon fodder. And...
Again!
Sorry, sir.
You think that's funny, Private? Sir, no, sir.
Sorry, sir.
Source Hunter, I have heard tales both grand and terrible. In Home Forest, every creature acts according to the nature of its kind. Birds frighten easily, badgers fear little. But amongst men, there are no guarantees.
Recruits! That was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again! Those boots would embarrass a bridge troll. Get to shining, recruits!
Sorry, sir.
Attention! About face! To the barracks! Not! Recruits! That was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again!
It is strange to stand with one foot in the forest and the other in the city, Source Hunter. I am glad that now I have you. Perhaps in time I will come to know my own...
What have we here, then? A so-called source hunter, eh? Gods above! Some politician snuffs it and everyone's in an uproar. Ridiculous! Nevertheless, I want to be kept in the loop. Understand? I am in command of this town, not Mayor Cecil, not Ahu. The scene of the crime is over at the King Crab Inn. You can tell the guard you have my permission to enter.
You say you will take me under your wing, but I see no feathers. Are you a child of the birds, as I am of the bears? And so the lonely babe was fed upon the wild mother's milk, and cast aside from humankind, he thrived among his mother's ilk. So says the saga of Threes. Do you know it? The wise godwolf Amira raised the child Threes among her litter. So you see, I have good company. Threes the wolfson, and I the bear daughter. In truth, this is a relief. Your world is made with rules I have not yet memorized. I am happy to have a friend in such a place.
Source Hunter, welcome, welcome. But certainly. What would you like to know? Oh, that'll never happen. Granted, a witch could make the polymorph, but I'm my own wizard. Oh, I am but a wizard. A guardian of man and beast. And indeed, I am both. My body, like any other, is... My task upon this earth is to protect the heart of nature. The very antithesis, you see. My one desire is to witness a world in which every mother looks around her and purrs with calm content. To my great regret, none of them purr as yet.
You there! A moment of your indulgence, if you please. You know, scratch that. It is so much more than a delight. It is... Oh, it's not merely an opportunity.
I'm here to do my duty.
Agreed.
You may tell yourself you dislike adventure. Too bad your line of work comes with such meat.
Well, I can't say that I haven't.
Yes. Some extra...
Indeed. Indeed, gold. Even so, my friend, matters of a pecuniary nature aside, what is life without variety? Without spark...
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's teeth, tomatoes.
There's no shame in following directives if your masters are...
True enough.
Come now. I refuse to believe such a uniquely skilled individual would settle for a and that is exactly why I am here. Why fate has put me right by the door to the King Crab, so that I could meet you. Ah, the fabulous five. How I enjoy simply saying the words. You'd like nothing more than to enlist, wouldn't you? Of course you would. And you can. What a gem of a question. Now then, to join the Fabulous Five is to join a fellowship, to join a fraternity, a sorority, a community. Of course, should you spread the word, should you propagate the gospel of the Fabulous Five, by now work hard, fulfill contracts, enlist new knights, and swiftly shall you rise through...
Stop right there. Until you've received the captain's permission. Not exactly the friendliest bloke, the captain, is he? Well, you're a...
So... What? What happened? Is this a dream?
I don't think so. That stone. Somehow it sent us flying into the stars.
consume us all. By the quill that lasts a billion words, what's this? 2 Rivalonians here at the end of space. Your guess is as good as mine, my newfound comrade. Quite good timing, by the by, because the but I suppose I should make a proper introduction. Zigzax the historian at your service. It is my job to record all that was and is. What am I doing here? Attempting to tell me, friend, when I mentioned that this place is the end of time. Time ought to have no end at all. Indeed, I can think of no worse nightmare for a chronicler. Show, don't tell, I always say. So
that imp, maybe.
You saw? Terrifying, isn't... What's this? The portal! It's... The portal has become active! The portal! It's quite sprung to life, just like you, dear String. Those torches, alight! This portal active once more! It's not that I believe, it's that I have said. No longer than a few mere moments. Though I cannot say for... In fact, every last question that ever plagued your noggin. But why spoil the mystery? As soon as we leap through, goodness me, how right you are. There's so much to take in. It is the void itself. I can't say for sure where it came from, how or why, but I do know this. It's shrinking after you, Yes, just as I hoped. There she is. There it is. Come, don't delay.
And he's off.
It seems the imp has spotted exactly who and what he'd hoped to find here.
Could it be, milady?
Indeed, Sir Imp. As surely as you are he who chronicles...
Astounding! Unbelievable!
You have brought guests.
My reaction exactly, milady. It was their arrival here.
This is a question better put to our guests themselves. Tell us, if any other being in Rivellon asked me about the... But you are different. So please, do tell me. A stone. So... It was a stone that caused the great shock of energy that brought... Not like this, no. Never had I experienced something so... But yours has. You appeared before me from the...
But, Madam Weaver, how is it possible?
Like the stones, your guests are a mystery to me. I see them before me, source hunters. It would seem that yourselves and Starstone are inextricably linked. Starstone is not what it seems, Source Hunter. It's true. Do you see what violence my work has suffered?
Mysteries of all time.
It would appear that Starstone transforms at your touch, granting me new...
I see. What the void would...
Yes. Though I cannot explain why this Starstone is the If we do not restore time, if we do not discover the true nature of these stones, indeed you must. Though I may not yet understand why.
Why, of course, that's what they were doing.
Without these stones, Hunter, there will be no Rivellon.
That shall never be, milady. As sure please, our most mysterious guest. What'll it be, Source Hunter? Do tell. The glint in your gaze and the no with you searching out, but you'll need a way to travel between Rivellon and this homestead. Luckily, the power of portals is known to you. Off you go then. You've Starstone to find, and I've a tapestry to examine. Surely there must be some clue here as to cross my heart, hope to fade in the void. I honestly don't know. Before you go, Source Hunter, a final word. Once you retire, I hope he'll be able to help you as...
How welcome you are upon this realm, our most honored guest.
A good day
Source
to you.
Hunters, I welcome you once again to the realm of Rivellon. I know the imp historian has told you about his agent on Rivellon, and that agent is I. And I'll be delighted to give it. Dark webs are being woven around these parts, and it can therefore hardly be a coincidence that Councillor Jake was a collector of the... That means the task you have been given remains crucial. Find the... While you were being lectured by our friend the the advantage of being a cat, you know. You go where you... That's where I saw them in a cabinet. Mere slivers, but specks of starstones nonetheless. They lay there, silent and innocent, though bloody murder may have been committed in their name. I met him first, a long time ago, out in the wastes of Youthal Gore. He wondered aloud, what on earth a cat? So I told him who I was and showed him my human form. In the end, he even shared his great sorrow with me. The unspeakable thing you saw through his looking lens. I was awed and frightened, but swore to help him in any way I could. Oh, before you go, here, take this teleporter pyramid. Handy. You'll need the other one too if you want to make use of its power. Now that this matter has been settled, Hunters, I shall detain you no longer. But rest assured,
Hearty welcome to the King Crab Inn, and a pleasure to have... Mind if we keep our voices down over that sensitive subject? That room where it happened, it was rented to a certain woman. She came heavily cloaked, but paid the full sum in advance. I was used to such transactions after many similar I saw one other figure go into the room that night. Someone tall, built broad like a man, but shrouded the same as she. Again, standard practice for me. I was startled awake by a horrendous hubbub shortly after midnight. I jumped up and grabbed me grandpappy's. By the time I burst into that room, it was horribly silent. Whoever done it has escaped through the window. But I saw nary a soul when I looked out. Councillor Jake, that poor man. I knew too much about his affairs, you know. Never figured it my business to say anything, but Esmeralda's longest-standing lover has the audacity to remain lodged at this very inn, you know. He's called the Duke of Ferrol, a high title for a low man. If you haven't yet asked him about Esmeralda, I'd recommend it. Well, between you and me, things have been rather slow since the, incident. But with spirits high and liquor flowing like it is...
They say he's privy to ancient and arcane secrets, the likes of which I doubt you could even fathom, though, my friend.
Oh, my good man. Drink, if you please.
Please do keep shouting in my ear.
Surely you've met your match once or twice.
The closest I've come to my match is when I linger over long while lighting my pipe.
Oh, careful now. Your head's growing more swollen than saffrons, I dare say.
I am a duke, potato-eating peasant. Ah, hello. I suppose you're here to viciously interrogate me for... Yes, she and I have a history. As easy as it would be to pin suspicions on Esmeralda or I assure you, Jake and Esmeralda had no great affection for each other. He had his interests, she had hers, and there was little passion left between them. It's very tragic news. I won't posture and say that the Councillor and I were anything. I am the Duke of Ferrol.
Back, demon! Back, or I'll... Well, what's this? I'll tell you, it sure does me good to set eyes on another of our order. From Academy West, aren't you? Give Captain more truth. You wouldn't. I trained up in Academy North, after all. We don't cry. Medora's the name. Retired, or so the order keeps trying to tell me, but never out of commission. My hand to your cause and my... Heavens hornets! That's quite a story, comrade. And come to think of it, see, I'm here on... Well, let's call it a loan. There's been an attack there, comrade. Orcs. Not your run-of-the-mill savages either. What they want in Hunter's Edge, I can't say. But it's my responsibility to send them packing. I came south seeking the Legion's help, only to find it tied here in Sicile. They don't have a spare soldier to send northward, and even in my finest form, by the skin of my teeth, comrade. The savages were rounding up villagers when one of them activated a tripwire on our village wizards. I managed to wrench free of my captor's grip and flee toward the forest. He pursued... Well, comrade, I hadn't thought of it. I need a contingent I can trust if I'm to take... I've been scouting Sicile for some time now, and I believe I've sussed out sufficient intel to help solve the murder of the Count. Well, you know the old expression. 2's a tea party, 3's an invasion. I know...
A fantastic plan. With 3 source hunters working in tandem, we'll put an end to all the evil...
Another source hunter on the team. That's the spirit. Listen closely, Ned.
Do I seem like the sort who concerns myself with such things.
You'll be concerned enough when you realize that reward money won't be lining your pockets.
What have we here? A source, tall as an elf, strong as an orc, but and my word, what passion burns from your eyes. Please forgive my being forward, but I dare say, can it be?
Sorry, I've run out of signed handkerchiefs. An Alistair keyring, maybe. In any case, make it quick. You're not the only fan who wants some of my tongue.
Alistair, have you ever had the fortune of challenging the fabled wizard of hunters?
Greetings, traveller. And may the Immaculate Conduit's myriad blessings go on the path to the righteous.
Old friend.
He says he's an immaculate. But I thought they'd been banished after the death of the Source King.
Immaculate? Haven't heard of their kind, but I don't like the sound of them.
Greetings, greetings! Oh, you are most welcome in my chamber. That I am. I have spent more... You wouldn't believe some of the things I have seen. Oh, yes. Oh, but let us not discuss. Let us browse and barter.
What do you think you're doing?
I'm warm as fresh apple pie.
Sorry, sir.
That's it, troops. Train up while you... land at any moment.
Oh, what now? Oh, still not finished. Esmeralda is Jake's wife. Well, widow. Everyone in town. What? You're going to stand there and claim with a straight face your order never wrongly tortured and executed anyone? Hardly. But I won't stand. If you must.
That's enough of that now.
Source Hunter, welcome, welcome. And what might those be?
Embarrass a bridge troll. Get to saving recruits.
Sorry, sir.
You think that's funny, Private?
Can you spare a coin?
One coin or two, noble spirit? One coin or two? May the soul of Astarte smile upon you, kind stranger. Oh, I am a happy man, and certain... a fool once was I, and ever seeking greater satisfaction than that. I'd heard they were not to be trusted, that they gave fools... They told me that I would find fame and renown if I renounced my world. Fire, the most thorough cleanser, was my method. But as my house burned in front of me, I felt no elevation. Thank you, kind one.
So, those statues told him he'd have to renounce his earthly possessions to become a spiritual leader, did they?
Absurd. Since when is poverty a prerequisite of spirituality?
Some of the richest people in the world...
Legion's greetings. I have been informed about your heroics on the beach. Were that I had been there to partake in the battle. But my duties lie here, sworn as I am to protect Lady Esmeralda from the rabble that would enforce. So fair a lady I have seldom seen in all of Rivellon, my friend. Steadfast will I. Jake's murder is, in a word, a tragedy. He was well loved in all of Sicile. The Council of Seven couldn't have wished for a better ambassador. That he of all people should have braved the
Lords above, grant me patience. You're a source hunter, aren't you? Here because you think I killed my husband. Like I told just about every legionnaire in town, I don't know anything about poor Jake's murder. I want his killer found. So what happened? Some of them tittle-tattling crab chasers down the pub call me a murderous gold digger and you believe them?
Well, what do you want to know?
Well, there are certainly some, interesting creatures running around these days. Orcs are only the tip of the brutish iceberg. Don't forget the murderous bones. They came out of nowhere. Must have been, 2 years ago now? The very heart of winter. I smelt them before I...
Quite adamant about her innocence.
We'll need to look for evidence if we want to prove she actually did the evil deed.
The hunter returns! I hope you are here to shop rather than sleuth. I am Esmeralda, wife of Jake, and now, alas, his widow. Listen, if you're going to accuse me of something, you had better find the evidence to back up your ridiculous... Starstone? I've never heard of such a thing. Dear, do you mean to imply he collected something dangerous? Something that may have gotten him into trouble? The hunter returns! Listen, if you're going to accuse me of something, you had better find the evidence to back up your ridiculous claims. Well, what do you want to know? The hunter returns! I hope you are here to shop rather than sleuth. Well, what do you want to know? Listen, if you're going to accuse me of something...
Performers, Sherman, show all of them. Sight-seal, what you're made of. Come all! Can't you hear the stage?
You there! Sit! Stay a while! Right it...
Legionnaire at your... You don't look like you're quite ready to head out into the undead-infested wilds to me. You may. Thank you for heeding...
Oh, what now? What about it? Well, have you found any incriminating evidence against her? If so, I'm Captain Aureus, if you must know, leader of the Legion in Sight-seal. Oh, if you must. Oh, if you must. Bravo! Figured that one out, did you? I haven't been stuck here for 2 years because we're being besieged by fluffy kittens, you know. Those brain-feasting freaks out there, I'd say they're looking for weak spots in our defenses. They can't make an attack over land for fear of Ahu's magical machines, so they're trying their luck by sea. They won't. We are the pride of Rivellon, to be found and to be seen everywhere.
Source Hunter, welcome, welcome. And what might those be? In truth, I don't know. The Legion did a good job keeping them at bay, but I think it's fair to say that without my magic-infused ballistae, they'd have gotten the better of us by now. Someone is responsible for the outbreak. Necromancers are at work, but who are they and where do they hide? Alas, that searching for them is like searching for a single louse in a lion's fur.
Heating up.
I don't have the right tool for digging.
Here lies Catherine. I know, I was great.
Looks like that dog is awfully agitated.
Perhaps he wants to tell us something.
So many dead civilians. It's an
To become food for the trees and flowers? What could be more peaceful?
May the seven keep you. May the seven keep you. Rest in peace, darling. Rest in peace, darling.
Here lies Kavanagh. Will they have spices Jane after? Please do not disturb. Here lies David, who
I
ran
don't
from
have
the
the
Reaper.
right tool for
You'll
digging.
never catch me alive.
Peace be with you, traveller. I once lived a prosperous life. With my husband and our Lonnie never recovered from the loss. And when a group of mercenaries, predators, more aptly, she was killed less than a week after she joined. Here she lies.
I don't have the right tool for digging.
Aaron has as many friends as the man with many cheeses.
Watch out.
Whatever happened to that
Hello again. How can I help you?
Yes.
Mind if we keep our voices down over that Councillor Jake? That poor man. Esmeralda's longest standing lover has the audacity.
Ah, pointless chatter with strangers does so thrill me. How did you know?
Fresh haddock. Perfect for a fry-up.
Well, what sort of arrows do you want? Freezing? Silver? Poison? Get to the point.
Oh, hello, love. Nice day for a little stroll around the market, isn't it?
How lovely! I'm a painter by trade, as you can see, but a cartographer at heart. You might think there isn't enough work for one of my talents in a downtrodden city like Sicil, and you think I trap.
Perhaps wrestling an earth elemental with... Oh no, noble friend. Your upper chakras are in desperate need of a good scrubbing. Fortunately for you, my homebrewed tinctures will do the job. Or if you're in the mood for something a bit more electrifying, one of my air scrolls might give your system just the...
Bleeding waste, standing here without so much as a piglet in the pen. Source hunters, eh? All right, proper, we're finally getting a hand. If you've got a favourite sheep, best to fry her up now.
Aaron has as many friends as the man with many cheeses.
Here for your daily sub.
Careful, comrade. I think I sense a sorcerer in yonder shadows.
As many friends as the man with many cheeses.
What are ye staring at?
They quiver in their mouldy boots. Pay the big cheese on your rock with a wheel.
The hunter returns! I hope you are here to shop rather than sleuth.
Careful, comrades. I've seen sorcerers and beauties.
Tricks and gifts! This here is the greatest illusion!
Venerable one. Pins. And plump, juicy ones at that.
This here is the greatest illusion!
Neither of you cares to plead for his very existence.
Soothing a corpse's troubled mind.
So, which of you is more deserving of life? Come, make your case.
Tone. Soothing a corpse's troubled mind. Can't have gotten far, but... Oh, a source hunter. Imagine that. Quite a bit more petite. No man.
Excuse me? This is a private sick room. Who in the name of the seven do you think you are barging in here? Out! Oh, I'm sorry. I'm an apprentice of the healing arts. I've been racking my brain trying to decide on the best method to settle this grave situation. What would you like to know? Yes, a curious relic indeed. I got it from a kindly abbot, Loic by name. I myself was nothing if not skeptical of his claims, but it's strange. The stone is only good for a single use at a time before it reverts to a useless, inert state. You are? Ah, I thank you 1,000,000 times for your help.
Boris's life has just begun. We can't cut it short now. He should receive the stone.
Yes. Boris deserves...
Boris it is? Yes.
Thank
No,
the seven.
no, this is highly abnormal. What is this? This lightning?
No pleasure in bidding you farewell. I feel no pleasure in bidding you farewell, friend.
I am on the trail, Source Hunter.
Far? I don't know what I did to deserve this, but I'm beyond.
Thank you. Thank you eternally for your help. Though that strange reaction you caused, blue lightning from a healing stone, I've never seen anything like it. And the stone looks different now, too. Like it's devoid...
Sorry, friend. I wish there were enough stones for both of us.
Can't say I didn't want to live. Wanted it with every fibre. Enjoy what remains of your...
I did to deserve this, but I'm beyond grateful.
Tone. Soothing a corpse's tongue.
I'm feeling stronger already. What will I do? What won't I do? Seeing how short, and after I've climbed every mountain in Rivellon, and smooched every girl who'll have me, I'll devote myself to learning the magic that saved you. I'll see you around.
Only the popular girls from the Source Academy could see how edgy and dangerous you've become. If only the popular girls from the Source Academy could see how edgy and dangerous you've become.
Looks like the mortician is rather suspicious about Jake.
What could Mayor Cecil, Captain Aureus, or Evelyn have to do with it?
So, what's the bad news? More orcs rant sad story, that. Though if I'm speaking, I just concern myself with giving the remains a respect. How do you... Ah, the ledger, is it? Fool was plenty of us shopkeepers entrust the mayor with the spare keys to our businesses, you know. And he's the only... He could have used it to sidle in without... Aureus himself paid me a visit the night the body was... Can't see why he'd bothered to go through all that trouble. And I know it sounds strange suspecting the doctor's apprentice of something so ghoulish as it was she who delivered Jake's... Seemed she could barely contain her thoughts. That there was... And this may or may not have anything to do with the whole rigmarole. But her master, Dr. Theleron, bought an old shack of mine, one overtaken by undead. For an exorbitant price. I never saw a widow less It was she who rang my bell just before the body was snatched. Lured me outside, claiming she needed air, before discussing the funeral arrangement.
The dead man is nervous as a squirrel. I'm certain he's hiding something.
She said it, not me.
Beyond these walls, the dead roam
rains,
free,
but it
Hunter.
pours, eh?
Be vigilant.
I'm drenched! Whirlwind of destruction.
Burning touch! Reach your demand! The seven call me home.
Sweet relief.
left.